Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beards, Bourbon, and Games. I'm your co-host, Mike, and with me is...
Conquer Corey.
We're sitting today on this nice green field. But today, we are reviewing another Ambernic handheld, the RG35xx H.
Say that 3 times in a sentence.
This is not to be confused with the RG35xx. I guess the H just stands for horizontal, but, you know, hey, whatever.
Or the SP, or the other models that they have, the RGXX whatever.
RGXX something, something, something. The packaging on this is pretty much standard like all the other ones. It's packaged pretty nice so it gets to you. And ooh, look at that nice retro purple. This was donated by a friend of ours of the channel. We appreciate you very much for letting us use this so we can review it and set it up for him. He basically was like, here, I don't know how to do this, so you fix it for me. So looking at it, on the bottom we have 2 SD cards, 2 speakers on the left and right. This thing was actually pretty loud when you play it too. The buttons feel really good. It's got very good tactile sensation to click. Of course, all the Ambernics seem to have very good buttons on them. Same thing with the joysticks. They're very responsive. They click in real good. The buttons on top, we got an L1, L2, R1, R2, and then we've got a HDMI out. We've got a power charger and a audio input. Wow, words are hard today. And you've got some rubber on the back that helps you grip it when you have big meaty hands like me and Corey do. Power button on the side and a reset button. Look at my nice, beautiful, beautiful hands, nice and close up.
I'd be afraid to hit that power button on the side.
You would think so, but it's actually not too hard, not too bad when you're playing it. Just like always with these, it comes with a screen protector, which is a very nice touch, I think, from the Ambernics. I don't think we've gotten one yet that hasn't, so far anyway. So I'm just going to kind of install this real quick. And instructions, bleh, who needs those? Those are for losers.
That's right. We wing it.
The box also comes with a USB-C charging cable. So, gotta get your own brick. Like always. No one ever sends bricks anymore. Now that's done, let's turn it on. Let's take a look at it. So, I too, like you, was worried about hitting that button when I originally turned it on. But as you hold it, your hands don't really press into the button, so it's pretty good. This right now has the stock OS on it, so I'm just going to kind of piddle around in here and take a look at it and see if it's any good.
Ambernic.
So you got your standard stuff in here. It does come preloaded with a bunch of games. Found Tales of Destiny on there and got excited. Which apparently had a PS2 remake that I never knew about. That was a Japan only exclusive, which makes me really aggravated.
Fireball! Sorry, I had to.
And honestly, this plays okay. It works pretty good. It's not the best on the stock OS, but it works decently.
Any kind of sound clipping issues? That's normally what you see with these, with the stock OS, is sound issues.
As I was going through this, there was a little bit of a sound clip. I'll try to play some of that sound right now. But as far as the performance goes, wasn't horrible. I mean, I was running on basically RetroArch, so we've done a lot of that. As far as stock OSs go on here, it's been one of the better ones that I've noticed we've had.
A lot of times what happens when you get these cheap Chinese handhelds is they have outdated versions of RetroArch. Now, for the standard user, you're not going to notice much of a difference. You're just going to say, hey, it plays, I'm happy. But there's dedicated communities of making these things better, who is just people are like, okay, let's get a different operating system on this. Let's go ahead and get or at the very least, I see that what happens is they put a updated RetroArch build on there for well, not necessarily RetroArch, but updated cores, because those cores are being updated, and a lot of times, a lot of these are shipping with cores that they've had on a flash drive for probably years and never updated it. So for the size, the screen looks pretty good. I mean, it's nothing crazy resolution wise, but you know, at that size of a screen, you're not going to notice.
It is very bright, and it does look very good for the size of it, and for the price too. But with us, stock OS is not good enough. We can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to install an OS called Koriki, which is based on, I'm going to butcher this, Batocera. Batocera, there we go. It's based on Batocera. So you're going to go to this GitHub link, and you're going to download this first image here. Now I'm going to have this in the description below for you. Then you're going to want to open up Rufus once you download it, our favorite burning software.
Good old Rufus. Rufus is always there for me, man.
God, I've used that for so long.
The other one's Belina Etcher, but I like Rufus better. Rufus is just simple, no nonsense. Hey, I do what I do good, and I get the job done.
Highly recommend getting a new SD card for this, a new micro SD card. The stock ones that it comes with are not very good. Honestly, sometimes we have luck with just taking out the old SD cards and switching them with new SD cards. And the stock OS runs a million times better than on that. We had one, was the Mio that we had, that the stock OS we had, or the stock card that it came with was just so bad it wouldn't run the games.
There was one of them we did. I'm trying to remember the exact model. We reviewed so many of these over the years.
So you're going to select your download you just did inside Rufus, and make sure you have the correct card selected. You don't want to overwrite your drive by accident. And then you're just going to start it. This is going to take a little bit to burn. Just kind of wait, sit back, and relax, and wait for it to finish.
Let it cook. Let it cook. Let it do its thing.
It's going to give you a warning just to make sure. Again, double check. You don't want to be an idiot that wipes your drive by accident. Not saying I've ever done that before, but yeah.
Having nightmares about doing that with my external drive.
Gosh, so much data lost. So much data.
That's a good thing about these OS loads. A lot of them are just download a folder, at worst extract it, burn the ISO to an SD card, and then you're done. So anything you need is like a USB adapter, plug it in, let it do. And then when you power up the device, it does all the formatting, which we're going to show here probably.
Of course, I fast forward a little bit because I'm sure you didn't want to sit and watch it for an hour while it downloaded and installed.
But I did. How dare you cut out all that riveting, exciting footage.
I took this from you. I apologize. All right, and then you're done. Now, once it says it's completed, you're going to want to open up your File Explorer, and you're going to go into the card itself. And in here, you're going to have different files. You're going to have your ROMs folders. This is where you're going to drag and drop your ROMs into it. We can't tell you where to get these. Most of ours come from our backups of our real games. So here's a big library that we have. We're going to come in here and move some over. So this is very, very easy to do. So right now I'm going to drop my GBA emulators into here. So you got to find the correct one. Very important you put the right ones into the right places. Select all and then just drag and drop into there.
I curate such a small list in my videos. And Mike's just like, here's the whole thing. Here's our whole collection into the disk drive. Or into the disk drive. What in the world? SD card folder.
And again, this was for a friend of the channel's, and we wanted to make sure that he got enough stuff that he wanted. Basically, he sent us a list of everything he wanted, and we tried to give more than that because that's just how we roll. Now, the one thing I can't tell you where to get is also the BIOS files. That's something you'll have to get a hold of and drop into here. There is a BIOS folder in the same card you want to drop stuff into, just like we've done a million times in most of our videos.
Google's your friend. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Now that that's done, you're going to remove the old crappy card, and you're going to get rid of it because it's nasty. And you're going to put the good card in, and you're going to struggle. You're going to have a hard time. You're going to in. There we go. And you're going to struggle to turn it on. And here we go.
Get a fancy boot screen. Yeah, there it is.
And I have to say, the music on this is amazing. The music for this is just so good. It does take it a little bit longer than the stock OS to load, but it is so worth it. Now you can look through here. So we got Commodore 64, PC Engine, Nintendo Entertainment System. Tells you how many games you have on there too. I put like 9,000 NES games on there. Dreamcast, PlayStation, PSP, and all games. Just realized I didn't charge this thing. Surprised it didn't die.
Michael has to live life dangerous.
So the cool thing about here too, and this is something I recommend, is that you search for the games that you want in here.
Yeah, no, you that's right. Mega Man. Mega Man's always a good staple test.
You see it pulls up all the Mega Mans, and you can scroll through real quick and find what you want. And of course, I'm going to play Mega Man X because
Such a good game. We need an X9. We really need a continuation of the X story. That's not a mobile gotcha game. Capcom.
So it runs very well on here. I didn't have any audio clipping issues with this at all. It ran absolutely perfect. I like Mega Man because it's very fast paced and the music's absolutely amazing for testing games with. The response, it being so responsive is very important in this game because you have to make those split-second jumps and everything. So far, everything's great, except for I'm absolutely terrible sometimes. I promise that was a skill issue and not a skill issue of the console itself. Alright, now we're going to try some Dreamcast games and see how well that works. And why not with some Crazy Taxi? I have a very fond memories of this game. This is one I like to play too because Dreamcast can be kind of finicky on these consoles, if it's going to work right or not. Sometimes we've put the Dreamcast games on and they've just stuttered to the point you can't play them at all.
That's not too bad.
No, it actually works really well, and the audio did not clip. That surprised me. I thought I was going to be playing this and it'd have really clipped audio because that happens a lot on a Dreamcast emulator. I was also expecting it to like stutter, the whole thing just to stutter because it just was too powerful for the hardware. But look, it's very smooth. It's working really well. I'm jumping, just running into everybody I can. And overall, being a great taxi driver.
This game introduced me to the band The Offspring, and people right now are gasping like, "You didn't know who The Offspring was before this game?" No, I didn't, and this game introduced me to it. MGS, yes.
With Metal Gear Solid 3 remake coming out soon, I thought this was a perfect game to test on it. And honestly, yeah, for a PlayStation game on here, it plays great. Again, no audio clipping. Everything was going real smooth. I was button mashing, trying to see how fast I could punch these guys and see if it would work. It's playing great. That's that. Overall, I'm really impressed with this console. For the price, it's really good. It'll play N64 games pretty good too. I didn't put anything on here for that. I probably should, but I like it. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. I'm impressed with the performance. How much was the price of this?
You can get this between. Sometimes you can find it on sale for like $50. But a lot of times it's between 50 and $80, depending on where you buy it from. If you order from Ambernic themselves, it's usually on sale for $50.
Not bad for like a little gift to someone who just likes to play retro games.
And the fact that it runs all these quite well is great.
But let us know what you think. Do you got one of these consoles? Do you have a friend that's got one? Do you think it's worth the money, or do you think that it's worth getting something a little bit more? Like I said, I have a special place in my heart for these small little consoles like this. They're easy to pack in your pocket. They're a lot more convenient than a Steam Deck or something larger. And I believe they do have their place in the market. But we'd love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, be sure to smash that like button. It helps us out a whole lot. Leave us a comment down below. We always love to hear from you. And if you want to check out more reviews, check out our channel where we do other reviews as well as Let's Plays. And watch me and Mike be horrible at video games. But as always, I'm your co-host, Conquer Corey.
And I'm Mike.
Until next time,
keep on gaming.